And ladies and gentlemen, we're live with my. This is actually my second fantasy football draft. I was going to do the other one yesterday, but I had just gotten home from a wedding, obviously Big G's wedding, if you weren't aware, and I didn't get the chance to set up the stream, which I was really hoping to do. But this one is perfectly timed for me to do this draft. So thank you very much for joining. And joining me alongside is one of the other participants in this draft, former Jack of all trades contestant. It's Josh Mansfield. Josh, we're rival uniforms, as we naturally would be. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good, doing good. To all those watching, for people who I sent the link to watch this for, if I drop out, I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi has been absolutely terrible tonight for some reason. I don't know why. Before we went live, Greg kept sounding all robot to me, and it's my Wi-Fi. It's on my end. So if I drop out, that's why. Hopefully it cooperates with the actual draft. Because last time it did this, I had to go do the draft on my phone and not my laptop, and it was like 10 times harder to figure things out. So I'm hoping it stays cooperative for that, at least.
Yeah. Well, you sound good right now, so hopefully I sound good on your end. I do want to bring up that I put something out there on Twitter, which nobody has taken up yet, and I'm going to send it out in the chat here. I'm giving people the opportunity to sabotage my draft. So if you send in $25 to that link, I didn't send out on Twitter the whole thing, but it's okay. If you want to send out $25 to that link, then you can have me pick whoever you want. I have the number one pick overall. So if you want me to use that on a kicker, then send in $25 and you can do that. But it wouldn't be ideal, obviously, with the number one pick. And I'm not sure who I want to take number one looking at this. Even though I just drafted yesterday, I do have ideas of who I want to take. And considering I don't get to pick until pick number 20 after that, a lot of good players are going to go off the board before I get another chance to pick. But then I get 2 picks in a row. So it's weird. I don't know if you've had this problem before. When you do the snake draft, I prefer to have a pick in the middle because you seem to get the best team that way. Having the number one pick is great, but then you get a lot of good players going off the board before your next pick. What do you think?
I'm sorry, I didn't even catch any of that. That's how bad my Wi-Fi is acting up right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be the case. If you're still having issues here in a minute, Josh, you may have to drop off, and we'll just do this through the chat. And
yeah, probably. I'm going to drop off now just because my Wi-Fi connection just is so bad right now. So I'm sorry about that, Greg. I don't know what's going on. I wish I did. But either way, I was trying to show you this before we went on air, but had my good old YSU Jim Tressel signed football in the tri-dev in the background. Wasn't working out that way. For good luck tonight, good old Jim Tressel and, well, Bo Pelini. Now. But either way, hopefully tonight goes good. Or somebody is going to get Mr. Sacco. Mick Foley signed Mr. Sacco.
There you go. And we also have a little side bet, which has nothing to do with the fantasy league. If either one of our teams wins the Super Bowl, which obviously both can't make it because we're in the same conference, if one of our teams wins the Super Bowl, we have to wear our rival team's jersey. So if the Browns go to the Super Bowl and win, I have to wear a Browns jersey or some Browns memorabilia on the Greg Cherry Show at some point. And if the Steelers win, I actually have a Steelers-related shirt on the Greg Cherry brand store, which Josh will wear on an episode of the Greg Cherry Show. So there you go.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've had to wear Steelers stuff from losing a bet in a game. But underneath my jersey, I have a little something on just for you, buddy.
Oh, there you go. Oh boy. I know you guys won the playoff game last year, okay? I watched that game, and at least out of that game I got something great, which was the friendship with Daisy. So that was like the only positive of that entire night. But yeah, I'm well aware of what happened, Josh. Well aware.
I got this at a card shop up in Cleveland when I went for SmackDown. I was trying to decide what to get. And I was like, this looks good. Ended up buying this. I didn't buy any wrestling stuff there.
I mean, some of the wrestling stuff, especially when you go to the shows, is pricier than you'd find it online.
Yeah, I haven't even bought any wrestling stuff in a while. Like the only thing I probably would buy any right now is an RK brochure, because that's like, well, those who are watching know we're doing this live on Monday during Raw.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you the level of non-interest we have in Raw. The only thing I'll record Raw. The only thing I'll actually go to watch is anything with RK Bro, with Riddle or Orton. That's it.
Well, they got a tag team. Yeah, they got a tag team turmoil.
Maybe Damian Priest. Damian Priest, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
I admit I've like Miz. I used to love to watch, but yeah, now But Grant, we won't be seeing Miz for a while since he's going off doing Dancing with the Stars. Poor timing, WWE. Poor timing.
So this might surprise a lot of people because, I mean, I posted on my Twitter that I was watching Notre Dame football instead of All Out last night. So I caught up with that this morning, and obviously my reaction video to Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debuting is up on the YouTube channel. Go check it out. But it's going to surprise a lot of people.
I might actually have to turn into Dynamite on Wednesday. I haven't really watched AEW at all. I considered tuning in for CM Punk just because, like, we all knew it was going to happen. But now Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan, and from what I've also heard, a potential Pete Dunne eventually. Like, that's pretty stacked roster. Like, I might have to
they're already
check
stacked.
it out.
It's going to be some good stuff. But yeah, it's going to surprise a lot of people because, like I said, I watched the Notre Dame game last night instead of wrestling. If I had to choose between wrestling and football, I'm going to choose football. And as the Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion, which, yes, the belt isn't up. It's not up here because I haven't put it back from this weekend.
Yeah, I completely understand.
I love my football. Like it's gonna sound weird, especially as much wrestling stuff as I know, but I love my Steelers football. I love my Notre Dame football. As highly frustrating as they were last night, in a victory, nonetheless, I still love them.
Yeah,
I love them because it drives me insane.
Yeah, Mr. Wrestling Trivia Champion, and you probably saw in the comments on the Greg Cherry Show. I don't know if this past week or the week before. I didn't pay attention to any of the recent Jack of all trades matches, but I caught on the last episode that I watched that that good old JM is the new Jack of all trades champion.
He is. I don't want to say upset.
I'm torn with that because I love JM.
Yep.
But he beat Andy Dadson. And in the first Jack of all trades match that I was a part of, at the last part, Andy and I teamed up, and I helped him get on to the actual title match for him to win that title. Yep. So he took it from my boy. So Jeff, buddy.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm sure Andy will have another shot down the road to regain the championship. I feel like he was just having a rough day that day.
That's fair.
He didn't do as well as he could have, but again.
Yeah, like a rough day like me when we recorded that episode that I was in. Because, oh boy, howdy, I sucked.
You did all right. All right. I am going to. I don't know if anybody will be able to see this on their screen, but here's basically the draft board from what we're going to be choosing from. Oh, hide this little thing. And this is who we're going to be choosing from. I obviously get the first pick, and with people on here watching, I obviously can't give away any strategy or whatnot as to what I'm going to decide. And again, I have to be very strategic with my choices because I'm not going to get another pick for 18 more picks after this. That's the pain of the snake draft, but. I mean, I've seen some suggestions in the chat of who I should take. And I understand your guys' suggestions. I think I have a name in mind that I want to take. And it's probably going to be surprising to quite a few people. But again, if I get that $25 and somebody wants to pick for me, that's completely up to you. Like I said, you can sabotage my draft, or you can benefit my draft. Like if you want me to take Christian McCaffrey first, be like, hey, I'm donating $25. You're taking McCaffrey. I don't care who you want. You're taking McCaffrey first. That's up to you. Like if you guys want to help me out too with your donation, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to tell you otherwise.
Believe me, if I had any money, I'd be sabotaging you like crazy.
You'd be like, you are drafting a kicker for your first overall pick. You'd probably tell me to draft like a kicker or something for my first overall pick.
No, I haven't decided what I'd do. I'd have you take someone who's injured, probably.
Oh. Well, that might not be too bad down the line, as long as they're not out for the season. If they're out for the season, that's kind of.
I mean, considering that the guy who was our main kicker, who started to actually get good, even like Parky's a hit or miss, but he's better than the guy that replaced him.
Yeah,
and that's what makes me a little nervous.
So we got about. I had the schedule for 9 because I thought the draft was starting at 9:15, but it's actually starting at 9:30.
Yeah, that's my bad, because I originally had originally said 9:15, then I did 9:30 to give my one buddy enough time to get off work and everything.
Yeah,
to make sure he had enough time. Found out just a little bit ago that he actually realized he didn't work today. So it's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. So he'll be on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good draft. Yeah, I'm not like this is my first year doing fantasy draft. This is my third league, and this one I'm technically co-running with my buddy Tyler. He set everything up for us. And everything, and he brought 4 people. I brought 4 people. Greg's one of the guys I brought.
Yeah.
So
is he the second pick, or are you the second pick?
Hold on, my thing's reloading again. I reloaded, so I'm waiting for it to go. I am the 6th pick.
Okay, so I'm guessing Tyler's the second pick.
What was that?
I'm guessing Tyler is the second pick.
I don't recall. He did it completely randomized. He sent me a video of it and everything, so
right.
Of him randomizing everything. And I have the screenshot. Tyler is the 8th pick.
Oh, he's the 8th. Okay, so I have no idea who pick number 2
Yeah,
is.
you're the first pick.
Yeah, I'm number 1 overall, which if whoever it is, if they want to sabotage my pick, it's 15 minutes to do it. Otherwise, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and it's very tough too, because like obviously you look at the stats and whatnot, and you're like, oh, obviously the number 1 ranked player should be the number 1 overall pick. But at the same time, you have to look at how the league is scored, and that's what I plan on doing.
Right.
I've already looked at it, but I have a good idea of who I want to take. Actually, now I'm questioning myself.
I know who I want, that's for sure. I felt dirty in my last one because it was harder last time, like not seeing faces and full names. Like it
Yeah.
just gave a first initial and last name
Mm.
on the app. And so I was having a hard time following along. And I went against every Browns principle there is and picked a Steeler for my second draft.
Like I told you before, like you can't go completely homer with your picks. Like,
Oh, right.
yeah, my
I try
first
not
year,
to.
yeah,
Yeah. But I will say, the reason I don't like picking Steelers people besides you're the Steelers is because I just don't trust Ben. I don't think even the Steelers have a reason to trust Ben.
I mean, you're talking about Ben Roethlisberger, who a couple years ago had back-to-back 6 touchdown passing games. So I know that was a few years ago, but and last year he threw like 50, 60 times a game, nearly on average. So he has the passing arm beside him. If they have a solid offensive line, the Steelers could be damn near unstoppable as long as the defense holds up, and as long as the Steelers freaking pay TJ Watt.
True, but our our defense is looking scary. I actually have a uh Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa mini draft helmet, hopefully coming in tomorrow.
Man, I wanted Wasu Karamoa so bad in that second round. I was so upset when he went to the Browns.
Oh, hey,
I was
Greg.
like, damn it.
So, Greg, my buddy
Yeah.
Jake in the chat, he's in our draft league. When I put his you can put his comment up. He's in our league. He's actually going. Yeah, there he is. He's actually the guy whose league I did second. He's running that one. He actually coaches youth football.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a pretty good guy. He's going
he's
second.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or number 2. Yeah. Second. So I know Jake's watching. I believe Tyler's watching as well. Jonathan, I believe, is watching. I can actually hear you a lot better now for some reason.
Well, that's good that the problems are sorting themselves out before we start the actual draft. We're down to just under 12 minutes until we make that first pick, or until I make that first pick.
Yeah. If anyone else who's in our draft league, if you guys are in the comments, you guys are watching, chime on in. We want to. Yeah, Jake's got a point.
He says the Steelers O-line with a slow quarterback is a rough thing. I don't see them doing very well. Here's the thing. If the Steelers offensive line is improved this year, obviously they had the worst rushing attack last year, which was a major problem getting the offense going. Mind you, this is still a team that went 12-4 in the regular season with the worst rushing attack in the league. So if they get anywhere near a good rushing attack to give Ben a little bit of rest back in the back, because Ben can still throw, then I feel like it's going to be an even better offensive performance from the Steelers. And Najee Harris is going to be a huge asset in the backfield, because let's be honest, the Steelers didn't really have running backs since Le'Veon Bell left. We just didn't. So Harris is going to be a welcome addition in the backfield.
Yeah. Watching the draft this year was the first time I actually watched the draft. And so it's just been like interesting this past year, like trying to learn more football, just to get into it more. And watching the draft was a lot of fun. Jake and I were video calling during the draft, and we were actually on call when we traded up to I forget with which team to get JOK.
Yeah.
And I remember like how much he was cheering. Like I knew the guy was good, but I'm excited to see how he does against the Chiefs on Sunday.
Watching him at Notre Dame, I was super jealous of that pick. And yes, Cole Brothers, I'm aware the Steelers were 1-5 their last 6 games. I know the tank that they had. And it's because they had no rushing attack and solely relied on Ben passing. When you are a one-dimensional offense, you're not going to accomplish very much. And that was their problem. So if they have any semblance of rushing attack, they'll be okay. But we didn't have any running backs. That frustrated me so much about the Steelers. The Steelers are built on having solid rushing attack. And we had that with Le'Veon Bell. We had that with Jerome Bettis, which I know is going back quite a few years. But we haven't had a lot in between or since, They finished 3rd in the North. I'm telling you, like, there's so little faith in the Steelers every single year, and like even though you say they were the worst 12-4 team, they still won the division. So I think you guys are underestimating Pittsburgh. I really do.
See, I don't think that's the case. I don't know if it's underestimating Pittsburgh. I think it's just admitting the realities that are there right now. Like last year, I don't think people were underestimating Pittsburgh. Like we know how Pittsburgh is. Like we know that, but at the same time, there's the realities at hand. Like Ben, that entire second half of the season, Ben refusing to teach Mason Rudolph anything at all. And I mean, I was honestly surprised that the Steelers didn't try and draft a quarterback this past draft just to stick it to Ben.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of opinions.
I think the thing that everyone remembers about the Steelers from last season, the only thing they will remember is that picture of Ben on the sideline sitting after the Browns beat them in the playoffs.
You know what I think really screwed the Steelers is the thing that really screwed the Steelers last season and why I feel like they lost a lot of momentum is the game against the Ravens that got delayed for like a week and a half. I feel like, and also, what was it, the Titans or something, that they had to push the Steelers bye week ahead a few weeks because they couldn't play. So there were a couple scheduling things that happened that affected the Steelers' schedule, that they had to take their bye week early because the other team couldn't follow COVID protocols. So it screwed the Steelers, gave the other team a chance to recover. Baltimore couldn't figure their stuff out for days on end. They should have had to forfeit that game, and it probably would have helped on defense quite a bit because Bud Dupree went down that game that they had to delay. It was late in the game, and he went down, and he was out the rest of the season. Does that happen if they play Baltimore on a normal time? Does that happen if that game is canceled? I don't know if it does. So there's a lot of factors in there, and people are like, "Oh, yeah, that's just excuses." That's like, it's not excuses. That's what happened.
Right, which is fair. I mean, Baltimore definitely. Baltimore, I think, is a team that does often get overlooked and undervalued. And their quarterback is freaking fantastic. There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
So this, I mean, our division will be interesting. I mean, of course, Bengals are a non-factor to begin with. Let's just
Well,
get that out of the way right now.
well, now that they have Joe Burrow back, they might be something. I mean, Joe Burrow was great at LSU. He went down with a injury last year, took him out of the season. So he should probably rebound Cincinnati a little bit as far as offensively. I don't know what to say about their defense. Um, Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson. I mean, what else can you say about him? The Browns are probably the best they've been since they returned to the league in '99.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So it's hard to say. It's going to be a dogfight, as it always is in the AFC North.
Yeah. It's the guys we got. And the thing that one of the factors I think that I've caught on to is the loyalty that these players have for the Browns. Like, it's not just like they're going to the Browns like, ugh, we're stuck here in the Browns. Like, no, screw that mentality. We are going to freaking make something out of this team. And we're going to do the best we freaking can. And we're going to take it all the way. That's been Baker's mentality since day one. Chubbs, Garrett, all of them. And that's what I think is really molded this team is the players' loyalty to the team and the fans loyalty to the players and the team. And that's what I think has made the Browns the past year, 2 years, a competitive team and a team to not be messed with, to not be overlooked. One that's going to just go for it. Yes, I know, Mr. Squealer, yada, yada.
Well, I was going to say, it's actually beneficial for the rivalry that the Browns are becoming competitive and can win games and can win playoff games, because then that means, let's face it, for the last 16 or so years, Ben Roethlisberger, for the most part, not completely, has owned the Cleveland Browns souls. Now that they're a competitive team, now that they can show that they can be that NFC North, or not NFC, AFC North winning team, now the Steelers have to step up their game, because if the Cleveland Browns are going to bring everything they have, you can't just show up and expect to win against Cleveland. That's not what this Browns team is anymore.
Right.
And they proved that by nearly beating Kansas City last year in the playoffs. And quite frankly, they probably should have.
I told Tyler to say this in the YouTube comments. So we'll see if he does. Look out for a comment from Tyler in the YouTube comments, because you're going to like this. He'll put him there in a bit. Right, so I refreshed my draft screen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to look at, and it's still freaking loading. And we have 2 minutes left. Grr. So I'm on my phone right now, hoping this doesn't, screw me over.
Yep. All right. So we've got, as you can see on the clock, we've got about 80 seconds left before the draft. Oops. And I'm going to check one more time before I get ready to draft that nobody has sent in the $25. Jake's asking who I'm taking first. I am going to do my best to not reveal my strategy. I thought I knew who I was going to pick. First of all, I have a feeling like that person is going to be gone by the time it comes back around to me. We will see. But I think I know who I'm going to pick with my first overall pick. My draft strategy would have changed if I was in the middle somewhere, but I think I know who I'm going to go with.
I think I know who I want.
If Josh does not win the league, he has to wear Young Bucks shirt and headband. So
yeah.
So you have to win the league to avoid that. That's going to be a tall task.
Let's do this. Oh, also, Lance, I just saw your message in the draft thing. Sorry if I'm being loud, buddy. I just saw that. My thing is really being
4th or 5th is where you want to draft in a 10 team. I agree.
3, 2, 1,
Here we go.
You're on the clock, bro.
Day of the year, draft day.
And I am the number 1 pick. All right. Nope, nobody wanted to sabotage me, so here we go.
Ooh, nice. Jake, you're up next.
Yep. I feel like did Ian Book win the starting job in New Orleans? I'm not sure. I don't think he did because I didn't see his name high up on the quarterback list yesterday, so he might not have won.
Well, Cody picked Christian McCaffrey. All right, Jonathan's up.
Jameis Winston won the battle in New Orleans. Okay. Interesting. Interesting that a Florida State guy beat out a Notre Dame guy, especially after last night's game. I just get the kind of chill here.
Yeah, my thing on my laptop is taking forever to load, so I'm doing this on my phone, but at least I know who I want.
Yeah. I mean, you can also set it up to, like you can put players in your queue to draft them automatically if you ever get kicked out. I don't like to do that because if somebody takes my pick, like if somebody snipes my pick, so Ian Book didn't even get second string. Jeez, he had a solid career at Notre Dame. Apparently the Saints didn't care for that, or he didn't have a good camp or something.
I text him that he's up, so I don't know what's going on.
I mean, if he doesn't show up quick, then he's going to end up being in an auto draft, which could be okay, could be very frustrating for him, but we'll see. So, yeah, I picked Kamara with my first pick. I wasn't originally planning on doing that, but I think, especially with the points per reception, that might benefit him greatly. So we'll see. I think he's going to get auto picked here.
Yeah, I know who I want though.
Well, just hope they don't. Just hope Kayla doesn't pick who you want up then.
Oh, was that not? I couldn't tell. Was that an automatic pick or did he?
That was an automatic pick. Yeah, he auto drafted. All right, you're up.
Okay. Dang it, Kayla!
You took Zeke. You wanted Zeke, I'm guessing.
Screw it.
Oh, you went for the homer pick right away.
That's because my guy who I wanted first got taken. So not happy with that.
Couldn't even get out of the first round without picking a Brown.
Well done, Kayla. Well done.
I feel like this is going to be an auto pick because I don't see that they're online, but I had about half the teams yesterday do auto draft picks, which was kind of good because the draft went fast, but at the same time it was maddening because they auto drafted some picks that I wanted.
Yeah, I'm not going to go home each time, but that was who I... Darn it. Yes, Jake, I did. Again, that's mostly because I was on my phone and not my laptop trying to figure things out. Well, I can sort of see with the screen that Greg has up. Yeah. I'm remembering from what I saw on my screen, but my laptop draft thing is taking forever to load, so I am on my phone yet again.
I'm going to full screen this because maybe that'll help me see. Just so everybody knows, the sabotaging picks is still a thing. It just not just with the first round pick. If you want to sabotage one of my picks in the future, granted, you'd have to sabotage You'd have to pay like $50 to sabotage 2 of my picks because I picked 2 in a row. But you can do 25 for 1 round. Options completely up to you. I'm surprised nobody did it for the first one. So
I have no money, or I would have. You know that.
I know. All right, auto pick. Taking Saquon Barkley. I mean, that's the pain of the auto draft because I think he's still dealing with his injury from last year.
Timer's up now, I believe.
Yep, he's up.
Oh, tight end.
Travis Kelce. Yep. I doubt my pick is still going to be up there by the time it comes back around.
We'll see. Yeah.
But at least I get 2 solid picks in a row. So yeah. Saquon went down during the opening game against the Steelers, and his ACL last year. So I don't know if he's still gonna. Yep. Tyreek Hill's already gone. I figured he wasn't going to last long. I contemplated getting Tyreek Hill right away. I almost went with him for my number 1 pick, but Najee Harris goes in the second round. It's going to be tough for me, like spacing these apart because.
Tell me about it.
Drafting 2
2
picks in a row thing is nice, but it really screws you when you have to wait so long.
Dang it!
Yeah, you're on the clock there, bud.
Yeah, I see this. Snaky.
Yes, Jake, go kicker next.
What?
Jake is asking if he should go kicker next. I support that. Defense with your 3rd round pick. Dang it.
You know what?
Got another running back. Okay. Mahomes is gone right off the board. For me, that's early for a quarterback. All right.
You on, boy?
Yeah, I want a wide receiver next, but who do I want?
Jake, did you really go for Kareem Hunt? I would not be surprised if you did.
I didn't see him off the board yet. Who do I want? I think I'm gonna take Metcalf.
And you're up again.
Yeah, I'm back on the clock. Okay, let's do with Tampa Bay. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I figured, Jake.
All right, go Mike Evans.
Yeah. What Tyler said it was. Yeah.
All right.
Cody's up now.
Yep, I don't got a pick for a while.
And then I think Jonathan's doing auto.
It's very possible. There are a couple doing auto, I believe.
Yeah. See what Kayla does next. You picked the last person I wanted. Don't you dare pick who I want this time. If I can't get actual mad at Kayla, she scares me.
I think the only person I know in this draft is you, so I'm not going to be intimidated. Oh man, they're both week 9. Damn it. Boy. I'm gonna have to really rethink my draft strategy coming up here.
I sort of don't really have one. But you know what? I'm going to go different.
Josh Allen. Okay.
Brady's been my quarterback on the last.
You guys
Jake,
are you guys
I'm
are
going to smack you, buddy.
you guys are drafting quarterbacks faster than I thought you would.
That tends to happen every once in a while.
Good old Tim Tebow. Dang it. I knew he wasn't gonna last.
Tyler, is Rick everyone to leave your dad? I am like extremely confident that is your dad.
Dak Prescott's gone. There's been at least 5 quarterbacks taken in the first
That does tend to happen.
round.
I've noticed that. In the last draft I did, which was Jake's, quarterback started going early, so I went for mine. Both my other drafts, I went with Brady. This one I want different. Yeah, Tyler, I figured it was your dad with the big Roman Reigns fan he is.
Culture's asking in the chat. It's not football related, but Kevin Nash or Psycho said who is better in the ring. I'd say Nash, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of the career he had. I'm just saying that Sid wasn't bad. He had that intensity, but I think Nash was better. Amari Cooper's off the board. Cowboys going left and right here. Joe Mixon, running back from Cincinnati. Okay. I really think they overvalue running backs in this in the draft. Maybe it's just me. This coming from somebody who drafted a running back first.
So I know Tyler's here, Jake's here. I think Lance is here too, still, but I don't know anything in the chat. But this is still fun. Did you do a live stream draft last year?
No, this is the first time I'm live streaming a draft.
Were you Did you do any? Have you done any other fantasy drafts this year?
I did one yesterday. Oh, I'm on the clock. Again, with a quarterback. Okay. I need to look at this here. Don't want another wide receiver yet. I might take a running back. Go look at the running backs and I'll look at
Yeah, usually once the people who I want are taken, any strategy I have tends to go out the door.
That's why I never go in with a written down strategy for who I want to pick, because if somebody takes my pick and it screws up the whole thing, it's like, well, I have to adapt anyway. So I just
go
with
that's fair. But this again it's also teaching strategy for me to actually learn fantasy football this year, which will be good to kick my butt in 3 different ways.
All right, I'm taking Wilson. All right.
See, and its thing is, I don't feel guilty doing this on a Monday during
No.
Raw. For once, I don't.
It's when everybody could get together. It's fun.
Right.
And Raw is easy to catch up with. So it's not a problem.
Raw's easy to want to miss. Let's be honest.
Depends on the episode. But lately, yeah. Two running backs go. I'm really going to have to think about this. Oh, man. Now I'm starting to get nervous with my picks looking at who I'm taking.
Who did you get as your quarterback, Jake? Who'd you pick? Did you see? Oh, your dog's there.
Yep.
Jake said, asked if I saw his quarterback. He said it hurt.
Well, I'm sure he didn't take Roethlisberger. I didn't see him go up the board. All right, I'm gonna get off the quarterback screen. I have an idea who I'd want to take next, but whether or not it happens. We'll see if who I want is still there by the time it comes around again.
Bit of time. Whoa. I see you still, you don't have the belt backup behind you. Oh,
No, it'll be back up before the Great Charity Show on Wednesday. Like I said, I took it to the wedding with me.
I saw the pictures of the no DQ wedding. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Big G, my brother. Congrats to you, my dude.
Congrats again, Big G. It was a lot of fun to go. Thank you for having me be a part of that.
Well, I saw the picture of you with the WTC title,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Hey, I wasn't planning on taking it till he told me to bring it, so I just want to put that
I
out.
still have to go back and watch Virtue's special entrance.
Oh yeah, he went full heel Jericho from 2008 to 10.
When isn't Virtue in heel mode? Let's be honest.
All right, this might work out for me. We will see. The nice part about doing a draft the same week that the league is going to start is we basically get to know who makes the team, who's already injured, and all that stuff.
Well, person I wanted just got taken. Thank you, Dale.
I'm guessing it wasn't Deontay for your affection for Steelers players. I'm guessing it was Tyler Lockett, if I had to guess.
It was Deontay Johnson.
Oh, you wanted Deontay. Okay.
A little bit.
Well, it's your pick. So
Let me see. I'm trying to go something different. Because I'm also looking at projected points.
Yep.
But also knowing what teams. Let's see. Yeah, I realize I'm on the clock.
You got a minute left for your pick.
I see. I'm going to go something different.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wide receiver from Denver. Okay. Got 4 more picks.
Yeah, what Jake said.
I'm gonna look at my tight ends because I haven't picked a tight end yet. I want to see.
How many we got watching, by the way? I can't really tell.
We got about 7 watching, which is
Okay.
fine. It's only on my stuff, so that's not bad.
Right.
I'm sure once I get like more of a following, people will want to sabotage my draft more, but it's okay. Gus Edwards from Baltimore.
Well, I mean, I say you've got a pretty good following as it is, honestly.
Jake, no, you can't. You're talking to the wrong damn person.
Ooh, there went Rogers.
Yeah.
You're up.
Well, he took Hawkinson, who I kind of wanted, but it's going to work out for me because
And no, Jake, you're not getting a roll tide. But I'd say you have a pretty good following, Mr. Was it now 4-time fan Quizlemania champ?
5. But I'm glad he fell to me. I wasn't sure if he'd be gone or not. But just because I'm wearing the jersey, I gotta take him.
You know, even though this is NFL, I still got to say it. Little shout out to our buddy Sean Ross Sapp. Hashtag Cherry for Quizlemania. Let's do it.
That's the hope. One of these days, they know I exist. It's not one of those that they're like ignoring me. Like they know me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of them have been on my shows, so it's not
yes.
I'm not sure.
One tried to make a deal with you to have you on Quizlemania that you completely missed.
Yeah. If I would have heard that, then that entire tournament would have changed. Regardless, I'm glad Claypool is like one of those. I'm glad to get in the 6th or 7th round, just because not a lot of people think about him, especially because it's only his 2nd year. But I know how damn good he was at Notre Dame. I know how good of a year he had last year. Claypool is my guy. I love Chase Claypool. A defense, really? Okay.
Ooh. Jonathan, my buddy, what you up to? I'm on the clock. I'm on.
Really? You guys? Okay. Do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna argue against it. Yeah, keep picking defense and kickers. Go for it. Do what you're doing.
You know what? No, I'm going my kicker now.
Okay.
My guy.
I didn't realize that Claypool went in the flex position. That's cool. Just got to double check.
Yes, Jake, I know. Oh, I'm going to get yelled at after this live stream's over.
I just keep double checking the Streamlabs, making sure nobody sabotaged me, and then I missed it. Nobody has, so they want me to draft cleanly. That's perfectly fine. Jake, you asking me who my college team is? It's Notre Dame, which is why I'm such a big Chase Claypool fan. Well, Jake was asking in the chat, who's your college team? So,
Oh.
yeah, that's part of the reason I picked Claypool. Claypool was a beast at Notre Dame. I thought he had a fantastic rookie year, so that's why I went with him. You're up, brother.
Yeah, screw it. I'll do it.
There you go. I expected Hunt. I didn't expect he'd be available for me to pick. That's fine.
I didn't realize I already got my flex. I'm gonna have to do some switching around, obviously.
All right. I'm going to have to. I'm gonna wait till the next pick happens, and then I'm gonna look to see.
Oh, did he already take him?
Did who take who?
Did Jake already take Hunt?
No, Kayla took Kareem Hunt. Oh crap! My draft froze. Oh, there it is.
Oh, and now you're up, buddy.
I was gonna say, oh no,
Welcome to the best day.
Yeah, I know. You said that. See, I would love to take them, but I can't because their bye week is the same week. Well, strange things happen in drafts, don't they, Josh?
You good bugger.
I was going to take Brady, but his bye week's the same weeks as Russell Wilson. I can't do it. I had to have a different James Conner went to Arizona. Of course he went to Arizona.
All right, Jake, let's see where you go.
How many bench players do we get? Oh, jeez. Still 5 more.
What, 5 more rounds or?
No, 5 more bench players. So we have got 7 more rounds, I think. Or there's 6.
Oh, darn it, Cody. I'm going to give this guy a chance. Screw it. Wait, hold on. Never mind, no, I'm not.
I realize how thin the field is going to be coming up here shortly.
It does very quickly.
Yeah. Beckham's off the board. I need to look at something. I'm going to do it on here so you guys don't see it. Oh, I don't want to do that. Wait a minute. I was gonna put what I'm searching for up on this screen here, but I was like, nah, I don't want you guys seeing what I'm looking at. It's bad enough you're looking at my draft. Well, I don't have a pick for like 8 picks anyways.
Anyone in our fantasy draft that, besides Jake, that's still in here? I know Jake's still in here, but Tyler, you still in here? Jonathan told me his girlfriend was going to be watching. So, Taylor, if you're watching, hope you're doing good.
Oh, okay.
Well, shout out for you.
Right, that's not as bad as I thought. What I was looking at.
Honestly, shout out to everyone of this fantasy league that okay, good, Tyler's here. Tyler, tell Kayla hi and darn her for picking my picks that I've wanted. Grr.
I'm just hoping my pick is still available.
My buddy Lance, if you're here still, I know you were watching earlier. Thanks again. Yeah, because I know this is so last minute. But I'm excited for this league. Doing it with, there's only like one person I think I don't know in this league, which is not the case for my other leagues at all. Okay. Are you doing her picks, Tyler, or is she doing it from work?
Drafting 2 picks in a row is like I said, it's nice, but you gotta wait forever.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, I'm going to do a full in-person draft. I want to do that at some point, do a full in-person draft, but I guess I need the people to do it. All right.
Really, Jake? Really? Oh, she's doing it from work. Wow. She's doing good tonight, Tyler. She's doing very good.
Yes, Jake, you should go Tim Tebow. I would have snatched him up with my first pick if I would have thought about it.
Snatch him up from where? Nowhere?
That's the bit. The ever reliable Justin Tucker off the board. And that wasn't sarcastic. It was legit. Washington's defense. Interesting choice. So I am going to go. I know it says he's suspended, but it's only for 1 game. Another Notre Dame move. I can't get rid of my Notre Dame bias. I can't help it.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, real quick. Since I see your on here still. One of the guys playing wants to know, is this a points per reception league? I don't know the answer to that. I assume you do.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Well, there's the answer.
He's still there in the 11th round. I kind of got it, don't I? I mean, if you're staring at him in the 11th round, it's kind of hard to not take him. I'm just glad I got Claypool in both my leagues.
Right.
This is interesting insight into how the mind of Greg Cherry works with this draft. Get that off tight ends. So we are starting to like thin out here.
Really, Jonathan? Thanks, man. Don't you just love when you put people in your queue and then you just see them go away?
That's why I don't put people in my queue. It's like I said, that's why I don't prepare. It's one of those things that if you do, and then you get thrown off when people take the picks you want. That's why I just work with what I got. Will Fuller will be interesting, especially down in Miami. Who is the quarterback of Miami anyway? I didn't even look. I don't think he's off the board yet. So, oh, Tua. Okay.
Hmm.
That should be good. That should be fine. 2 time in Miami. Will Fuller. I'd take that. I'd take that match. I'm like chomping at the bit here, and I don't pick for another
I
14.
know.
You only have 20 seconds to pick, brother.
Screw it.
Tyler says Josh's pick is longer than an Undertaker entrance.
Yeah, I'm aware. Well, you figure I gotta imitate my favorite of all time.
Hollywood Brown off the board. I'd actually thought about picking up Marquise Brown, but I feel dirty picking Baltimore players, you know?
I hope everyone's having fun.
I'm having fun. I didn't do fantasy football last year because I figured it was going to be a giant cluster, but it's fun to get back into it.
Yeah. Oh. I feel dirty picking a Steelers player,
Jake says
while wearing this shirt.
Lamar Jackson. At least Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback. You know?
He is, yes. I will give him that.
Much better quarterback than freaking Flacco.
Yeah. Like I'll admit at one point, Fulana, I admit, I was once a Patriots bandwagon fan.
Gross.
I fully admit that. Just because, favorite Patriots, they win, woohoo, join the bandwagon. Then I wasn't, and then,
It's weird to see people having bye weeks in week 14. That's awfully late. I know they have 17 games now, but that seems awfully late in the season to have a bye. The greatest quarterback in college football history, Trevor Lawrence, is off the board. Said sarcastically.
Trevor Lawrence, that's not a bad pick. I mean, that really isn't. Did you watch the top 100 players?
I did not know.
They, besides the list, they did a full-on show on it, which I thought was pretty good.
Crap, who do I want? Probably gonna be another. Hang on. I know, I'm on the clock for 2.
Welcome to
um I don't expect any of the next few picks to be like solid. It's like, oh yeah, that's a great pick. It's like we're way deep in this.
I don't know what happened, but it just cut out.
Oh, yeah. La, 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 la. I know I'm still on the clock.
You're up though.
Right. Yep. How many picks do I got left? 4.
I feel like I know I've been picking not as good as I should by the comments I've been getting.
Those couple picks I'm not too sold on, honestly, but I'm trying to pick as many.
See, for me, I have to remember which teams, besides the popular ones I know, are good. Which, I mean, this is if you want to learn football, I mean, fantasy is a good way to learn
Yeah,
how
it definitely is.
to play the game and to know
like,
how to follow it. It's a good way to know.
Yeah. I thought I knew football, like just being a Steelers fan, but fantasy opens your eyes to a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, which is a main big reason why I want to do fantasy this year.
Because I'll be honest, my very first year I did it, I was very Steelers heavy, and that did not work out in my favor. It took me a couple years to get into the rhythm of things, but
right. Yeah, I'm in a Browns group chat with a lot of great guys. Shout out to any of the Browns boys that are watching, or if you guys watch, Brandon, Dominic, Jake, you're already here, Zach, Michael, I know you're not a Browns guy or a Patriots guy, but shout out to you too, my dude. Yes, I'm doing a lot of shout outs tonight.
it's perfectly fine.
Brandon actually got to meet some Browns legends last week.
There you go.
He was actually on the Browns drum line.
16 picks. Jeez, oh man. Time never moves slower than when you're waiting for somebody to pick. Again, if I was in the middle of the road, this wouldn't be an issue, but doing 2 picks and then waiting 18 for your next one.
You mean, yeah. I still can't believe you got me with that one, Jake.
Cole Kmet's a good pickup. He has a good tight end at Notre Dame.
And by Baker Mayfield, Jake means a goat, an actual goat. Ooh, 49ers defense. Nice job. Nice job, Nick. Mr. Tally. You're going to see a Browns game next month, Tyler. Lucky. It is a goal to eventually go to a Browns game.
Tua is off the board.
Hmm?
Tua is off the board.
Oh, two is off now?
Yep.
Thursday night against Broncos? Nice.
Very good quarterbacks left. I can just round it out with them.
Oh, I gotta put this up. Oh. I do feel honored, by the way, Greg, for having me on tonight, and
Absolutely.
I feel especially honored that you said yes to joining my league.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else do
Hopefully, these next few picks should go pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. I have to laugh that no one's picked up Benny. I don't think in any... Or Jake, did anyone pick up Ben?
Roethlisberger's still on the board.
Yeah. Well, I guess our league, Tyler, or however you want to say it. Because yes, you did set up everything. You are the man, Tyler. And yes, I know I probably have an RKO waiting for me next time I come over to your place.
Well, here you go, just to make you happy there, Josh.
What? Oh, I spoke too soon. I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, I took them, so. Sure.
Let's...
I figured these would go faster.
Howdy, sorry, I don't know what happened again.
That's fine.
One more pick.
All right. As soon as I make my last pick, we're going to end the stream.
What?
As soon as I make my last pick, we're going to end the stream.
Are you the last pick?
Yes.
Okay.
Your last pick, Josh.
I see. There we go. Oh. Holy crap, this is a long draft.
Yes, it is.
Not a whole hour, but which I'm glad it wasn't. It was on the clock. Okay, it was on the clock.
Yeah. It's the last few picks. I mean, the 16th pick of this is pretty much irrelevant, except for me because I have to take a kicker.
Okay, I've seen the comments again.
One pick to go before I pick.
Yeah. After you do your last pick, I'll do a few shout outs, and you have your plugs to do, I presume?
We don't have time, unfortunately. If you want to get them now, do them now.
Gotcha.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the drafts. I'm taking a kicker with my last pick, and I got to get going. So thank you, Josh, for being on, and I look forward to facing you whatever week I do.
Yep. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep. See you guys.